The room smelled like expensive flowers and old lies. Crystal glasses chimed, laughter rippled. Somewhere behind me, a string quartet pretended nothing was wrong. I felt it before I saw it. That pause, that flicker in her eyes. My wife's sister leaned close, her smile sharpened just enough to cut. "Why are you even here?" Her words were quiet, surgical. Around us, white linens, gold accents. A perfect wedding. I didn't answer. I'd learned long ago that silence unsettles people more than anger. She scoffed and turned away, already victorious in her mind. To her, I was a ghost from a life she'd erased, a man my wife had trained herself to forget. I scanned the room. Then I saw him, the groom. He had been laughing, wide, careless, until his eyes landed on me. The color drained from his face. Not confusion, recognition. His jaw locked, his hand trembled at his side. For a heartbeat, we just stared at each other. Then he moved. Fast. Too fast for a man about to be married. He leaned into his father, broad shoulders, decorated chest, the posture of command carved into his spine. I watched the groom's lips brush his ear, whispered words. The general stiffened. Slowly, deliberately, he turned toward me, and in that instant, the noise faded. The music, the laughter, even my breathing, all gone. Only memory remained. And the quiet certainty that the truth had finally followed me into the light. I hadn't planned to come. That was the lie I told myself. The truth was uglier. I needed to see it with my own eyes. My wife, soon to be my ex, sat near the front, spine straight, hands folded. She looked composed, untouchable, like the woman who had smiled at me while dismantling our life piece by piece. The betrayal hadn't been loud, no screaming matches, no lipstick on collars, just distance. Late nights explained too easily, a phone turned face down, a tenderness that no longer belonged to me. I told myself I was paranoid. I told myself love meant trust. I told myself wrong things because the right ones hurt too much. When I finally checked the records, the patterns emerged like footprints in snow, messages deleted but not erased, meetings disguised as errands, a second life built with careful precision, and the man at the center of it all, the groom. Her sister's perfect match, a rising star with a spotless reputation. They thought they were clever. They underestimated patience. They underestimated someone trained to wait, to observe, to confirm before acting. By the time I asked for the DNA test, I already knew the answer. I just needed proof that couldn't lie to me the way she had. I got it 3 days before the wedding. I said nothing. I packed nothing. I simply waited. I moved through the ceremony like a shadow, every step calculated, every breath controlled. Inside, my thoughts circled like wolves. You were never meant to stay. You were meant to witness. I watched my wife laugh with people who had no idea who she really was, watched her sister bask in attention she didn't deserve, watched the groom play the role of devoted partner, his performance flawless, except when he looked at me. Each glance chipped away at him. I could see it, the sweat at his temple, the way his eyes darted. He knew. He remembered the name he'd once heard spoken in reverent tones, the face attached to operations no one officially acknowledged. I'd spent years becoming invisible so others could sleep safely. I hadn't realized how permanent that invisibility had become, until now. I touched the inside of my jacket. The envelope was still there, thin, final. No anger pulsed through me anymore, only clarity. I wasn't here to destroy them. I was here to let gravity do what it always does. The general approached first. He stopped a few feet away, stood straighter than any man in the room, and saluted, sharp, precise, unmistakable. "Sir," he said, voice steady but reverent, "it's an honor to stand in your presence." The room froze. My wife's breath hitched. Her sister's smile shattered. The groom looked like a man watching his future collapse in real time. I returned the salute, slowly, quietly. No words exchanged beyond that. I didn't need them. The general understood exactly who I was, and more importantly, who his son was not. I met my wife's eyes. For the first time in months, she looked afraid. I slid the envelope into her hands. She didn't open it. She already knew. "I never asked why you changed," I said softly. "I just watched." Her fingers tightened. The groom took a step forward, then stopped. He couldn't touch this, not anymore. "I didn't come for forgiveness," I continued, "or explanations." I leaned closer, lowering my voice so only she could hear. "I came to return what was never yours." I turned to leave. Behind me, chaos bloomed. Questions, gasps.
A family unraveling under the weight of truth. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Outside, the air was cold, clean. I inhaled deeply. For the first time in a long while, nothing pulled at me from behind. No lies, no obligations, no ghosts. They would spend years explaining what happened in that room. I would spend mine remembering who I was before I let anyone forget. Some wounds don't need closure. They need distance. And I finally had all the space I needed.